Touchdown Friday Night is sponsored by these local businesses.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Touchdown Friday Night, one of the largest high school football shows in Tennessee, Kentucky, North Carolina, and Virginia. I'm Terry Craig, filling in for Kenny Hawkins and Nick Dugan, who were in the booth broadcasting that Betsy Greenville football game. And, of course, we're going to hear from them in a moment. But first, of course, we got to start things off with our Pisgah Roofing Top Tackle of the Week.
Top Tackle of the Week is sponsored by Pisgah Roofing.
Tonight's top tackle comes out of Big Stone Gap as Union takes on Abington. Cam Bostic, look at that, decides to run the ball, but of course gets taken down by Abington's keeper Widener after a short run. Look at that hit, boom! Widener looked like a big stone barreling over Bostic with that hit and made sure to let them know about it as well. And of course, we're going to start things in Greenville, where the Region 1 4A regular season title was on the line tonight when the Greenville Green Devils hosted rival Elizabethton. Now let's go ahead and go live to Burley Stadium, where Kenny Hawkins and Nick Dugan have tonight's action. Hey, guys.
Hey, thanks a lot, Terry. What a game tonight. Elizabethton taking on Greenville, the Region 1 4A regular season championship on the line, and it was everything it was advertised to be for at least a quarter and a half.
At least a quarter and a half. These two teams coming in 6-2 each on paper. Let's get to the highlights and see how it turned out here. This one in Burley Stadium. The Green Devils, of course, playing host to those Cyclones. Green Devils, they're going to get on the board first. Carson Quillen cannot be stopped on his way in here for a 3-yard score into the end zone. Greenville is up 7-0 in that first quarter. A few drives later, Caden Ball looking for Zayden Anderson across the middle. What looks like a pick for Betsy. It turns into a touchdown for Greenville. No tricks, all treats as Anderson goes 69 yards and goes ahead for 6. Into the second quarter, though, Elizabethton not spooked at all. Rhett Slagle dropping back and dropping a dime to Zach Wallen. Betsy's on the board, but they trail 14-7. They're back in trouble after a turnover. They're back in business, I should say, but it's trouble because Zayden Anderson going to come up with the pick on the underthrown ball. He takes it all the way home, 90 yards on the return. The Devils were up 27-7 at the break. A couple more Quillen touchdowns as the Green Devils go on to win this one 41-7. Anderson had 2 scores. Quillen had 3, including the only 2 in the second half. Quillen over 130 yards rushing on the night as well. It was a huge game for the Devils as they take that Region 1 4A regular season crown.
And, of course, after the game, we had a chance to meet up with those 2 guys along with their head coach to talk about this big win.
Well, first off, it's my whole defensive staff did a tremendous job getting a game plan ready for this. But we're fast and we're playing physical. We're pretty dang athletic on defense, and we're able to take advantage of some stuff.
Honestly, we dominated up front. I think that was the big difference in this game. We had a ton of sacks, putting pressure on the quarterback. And on offense, we were dominating up front the whole game. So that gave lanes.
Just winning the game, to be honest. Region 1 champs and taking it all home.
Just got to make sure we get that right. 18 for 146 and 3 touchdowns for Quillen tonight. And, of course, Anderson with those 2 touchdowns as well.
All right, once again, as he mentioned, Greenville, big win over Elizabeth, and that means that they get at least 2 playoff games here at Burley Stadium. Reporting live from Greenville, for Nick, I'm Kenny. Now, Terry, take it away back to you in the studio.
Of course, thank you, Kenny. A great night of football. Greenville, of course, won that one 41-7. And another look at some other scores. Gatlinburg-Pittman beats Chucky Dope by score 55-3. Now let's go ahead and take you out to the beautiful Stone Castle in Bristol, Tennessee. Tennessee High hosting Daniel Boone. However, early troubles for the Vikings. The ball hits the floor and the Trailblazers scoop it up. Ball game still tied 0. It didn't get much better for the home squad. Mistakes early. A routine play goes wrong for the Vikings. Blazers are first to that muff punt, as you see there. Game still not at 0, but the Vikings, they would get back on track. Dane Newsick bounces it outside, moving down the line. He could not be stopped well into Blazer territory. Vikings still pushing forward, but Trent Dowdle gets the rock, and, well, he knows what to do with it. He falls over the goal line for the score, and that's 7 for the Vikings. Vikings would go on to roll in this one by a score 35-15. A look at some other local scores. Sevier County beating David Crockett 48-7. And Unicoi County at home taking on Johnson County. Very fast start for the Blue Devils. They go on to score on their very first possession. Quarterback Colby Jones calls his own number, takes the ball inside the Longhorn 10-yard line. Senior running back Branson Salts barrels in from a couple yards out. Unicoi County leading 7-0. Johnson County finally with something to cheer about with under a minute to play in the first half. As you'll see, Jay Stout goes to the air on 4th down, and he would connect with Jonathan Salag. He gets into the end zone thanks to a great block by Landell Walker, sealing it off for Jones. But, well, it's not enough to go to the board. Blue Devils win it by a field goal by score 10-7. I'll look at some other local scores. Bearden over Bradley Central by score 31-22. Moving on, there was a battle tonight between the Unaka Rangers and the Cloutland Highlanders. We begin this game in the second half with Rangers down by 16. Rangers quarterback Connor McKinney found his target Ashton Fuller, and Fuller, he would take it down the sideline for the score. Look at him go. After a successful 2-point conversion, now just an 8-point ball game. Now it was the defense's time to shine. Brennan Repass got the big hit in the backfield, forcing the Highlanders to punt the ball. Passing game worked the last drive, so they went back to it with the same combo. Look at that connection. McKinney would find Fuller once again for a big game for the Rangers, putting them into the red zone. A few plays later, though, McKinney was looking for the downfield shot once again, but would underthrow his wide receiver and get picked off by the Highlanders' Walker Gage. And let's take a look at some of those scores again. Unaka loses to Cloutland at home 36-20. Morristown West on top of Cotton County by score 48-8. Now, of course, that's just 4 down, still 10 more to go as we finish off Tennessee before heading to Southwest Virginia. But first, here's the Cherokee Marching Band to help us take us to break. Big game right here. The Dobbins Bennett Indians at ETSU to face Science Hill for the regular season championship. Fast forward to the second quarter, the Toppers in the red zone. Spencer Taylor finds Zane Huff on the left side, who gets thrown into a perfect scoring position by the defense as Science Hill gets their first touchdown of the night, but still trail 7-6. The Tribe get a field goal. Now second half, Toppers go with this run this time, and well, it's a little too easy for Aiden Perry barreling into the end zone. Science Hill takes the lead 12-10. Now the Tribe on offense. Fast forward to the fourth quarter. It's a handoff. Tegan Begley, who dives in the end zone for his second touchdown of the night. DB, they get the 2-point conversion, make it 18-12. The clock is not with the Toppers. They take a shot at the end zone. One-on-one defense, and it's broken up. Jalen Thomas, look at him. Indians defense held strong as Dobbins Bennett secures the regular season championship.
This will be 2 since 2012, so it's good to get on the right end of this again. So big for our program, big for our community, big for our for the city of Kingsport. But now we want to make a run in the playoffs. When you got 2 evenly matched teams, special teams is going to play a huge part of it. And I thought, our special teams was able to make a difference there.
Our defense played well tonight. Like, we stomped everyone. Like, we did so good tonight. I'm proud of our defense. I'm proud of all of us.
A game so big they had to put it at ETSU. Let's look at that final score once again. Dobbins Bennett 18, Science Hill 12. And look at some other local scores. Pigeon Forge 55 over Claiborne 14. The Region 1 Single A championship was on the line as Cosby visited the Tundra at North Green. Things were going well for the Huskies as Brandon Webbs takes the opening kickoff all the way to the Eagle 45-yard line with some nifty moves and lots of speed. Look at him go, barreling over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, man, going against the whole team on that kickoff. The Huskies then went to the air as Thomas Darnell hits Kelson Eastep with the strike in Eagle territory, but the drive would stall for North Green. Cosby would then strike deep as Matthew McMahon lost one deep. Look at it downfield, connects, finds Devontae Wigfall, who juggles it a little bit but makes the catch for the score. And Cosby would go on to claim the regional championship by a score, as you'll see right here, 26-14. And at Cherokee tonight, the Chiefs leading so far 14-0 over Union County as Nate Hazard launches one downfield, but look, picked off by Jake Elliott, who returns it deep into Union County territory, breaking a few tackles there on his way. Cherokee would then have to settle for a field goal as they extend their lead to 17. The next time the Chiefs got the ball, as you'll see, Landon Jeffers would look to pass, and well, he'd finally find Lofton Haynes downfield in the end zone, taking his time in the backfield, but hey, it worked. Ooh, nice catch. It was an easy evening for the Chiefs as they win big tonight. And let's go ahead and take a look at the big board. Union County, of course, losing on the road to Cherokee by a score of 38-8. And when we come back, we'll make a run to Southwest Virginia. But first are the J.I. Burton cheerleaders to help us lead us forward. Let's go ahead and head to Big Stone Gap. The Union Bears go one-on-one with the Abington Falcons at kickoff. Let's begin with Cam Bostic. He's going to make the handoff right here to Keith Chandler, who barrels his way through the defense just short of the end zone. It was almost a fumble, but he was ruled down on the play. Lucky play. Bears look to finish on the next drive on the first down. You may not be able to see it well, but Logan Moore is under that pile of bodies, clearing the line to score the first touchdown of the game. Bears push ahead, score 6-0. Now, however, the Falcons will look to retaliate. Isaac Brooks, as you'll see here, fakes a handoff, finds Lucas Honaker wide open. That's a short jog to the end zone for the score. That's a touchdown. Tie things up 6-6 apiece. Abington, they go on to Best Union with his final score, 28-21. Graham, big over Tazewell, 46-0. Moving on just up the road, the Rye Cove Eagles, that is, leads the J.I. Burton Raiders 40-0 to start the third quarter. The Eagles, they would look to build on their lead as Landon Lane breaks through the defense, but is taken down about 10 yards away from the end zone by Braylon McConnell. Lane was not shaken by the tackle, as you'll see here. He's going to fake the handoff so well that it fooled our cameraman. What are we looking at? And he walks in for the ball and go for the touchdown to bring the lead to 46-0. The Raiders are looking for anything in this quarter, and they will find it as they find sophomore Alex Cawley. He's going to break loose, run as fast as he can down the field to score the first touchdown of the night for J.I. Burton. Rye Cove, however, would dominate this one by a big score, 54-14. We'll look at another score, Grundy beating 39-0. In Washington County, Virginia, the Trojans from John Battle played host to the Lehigh Generals. Let's get going with this one. On the very first drive of the game, it's seen cornerback Brennan Pendergraft taking a deep shot, finding Carter Pendergraft for the touchdown. Look at that connection, the early 7-0 lead. The Trojans, however, wouldn't answer. Caden Sturgill swings it out to Brody Ratliff, who does the rest. Look at him go, taking it down the sideline for a 40-yard gain. But on the very next play, Sturgill rolls out to his right, tries to find his receiver, but picked off. It's picked off by Pendergraft. However, Lee would take control in the second half to win this one on the road, 34-8, and they're going to improve 5-4. John Battle falls 0-9 to Hurley. Castlewood over Hurley, 20-6. And in Bristol, the Virginia High Bearcats welcome the Justices from John Marshall. A good game over here on the Virginia side. We picked this one up in the third quarter with Virginia High already holding a 36-0 lead. John Marshall quarterback Lamont Wilson, he's going to get it out quick to Corian Winston, who makes a defender miss, breaks another tackle for the nice game. Look at him go. Look at those moves. Later on in the drive, it'll be Wilson again to Winston. This time across the middle, and he's going to put him in the spin cycle for the first down. Plenty of moves in this game on the Virginia side of Bristol. After getting a stop, Virginia High hands it to senior running back Elijah Burks, who follows his block and picks up the first down. And later in the drive, Burks pays it off. You're going to see him barrel into the end zone to give the Bearcats that touchdown. Virginia High dominated this one at home, 43-0, and improved to 6-3 on the year. John Marshall, they're going to fall 2-10. And let's pick up things at Richlands at home this week. We pick it up in the second. How about this for a first score of the game? Andrew Boyd taking himself about 40 yards downfield into the end zone. The Blue Tornado takes the lead with a big play. It's going to be 7-0 after a successful PAT. For the next drive, Richlands, this time TJ Lawson gets the rock, goes up the middle for the nice gain. However, the drive would end up stalling. Still in the second, Marion with it now. Colton Branson dumps it off to Jalen Miller, who's got green grass in front of him and a whole lot of it. It's down 7-6, but, well, not for long. They go for two, and they get it. That makes the score 8-7. Scarlet Hurricanes, of course, take the lead. Blue Tornado on offense still the first half. They must really like scoring from at least 40 yards out, because look at her go. Here's another one on the screen pass. Riley Perkins goes the distance. Richlands says, I'll take that lead right back. 13-8. How about that? So, Yesterday was Halloween, so how about a little trickery? A fake PAT. Boyd scoring again, but now it's a 2-pointer for you Virginia Tech fans. How about that Beamer ball right there? Richlands 28-8 over Marion. Patrick Henry 26-6 over Chilhowie. And some more local scores around our region. Holston Squeaks went out against Rural Retreat on the road. Honaker, big win for them, 56-22 over Northwood. And of course, that will do it for our high school football coverage tonight. But if there is a highlight or game you missed, then please log on to our website. That, of course, WJTL.com shortly after the show. But when we come back, I'll wrap up the day in sports. Stick with us.